Jquery is a popular JavaScript library, useful for a wide variety of things on a website. This video will demonstrate how Jquery and a form validation plugin can be used for client-side form validation. To successfully implement this type of form validation, four things will be needed. First, an HTML form to be validated. Second, the Jquery library. Third, the validation plugin. And fourth, a JavaScript rules file that describes the form to be validated and the messages to be shown when the validation fails. It is assumed that you have already built a form to be validated. Visit jquery.com, where you can download the Jquery library and manage it from your own site, or find the URL to access the library from one of the online code repositories. In this video, we will do the latter. Scroll to the bottom of the page and locate the Quick Access box. It will have a URL within it. Select and copy the URL. Using NetBeans or another editor, open the web page that contains the form to be validated. Scroll to the bottom of the page, but before the closing body tag. Type a script element and a source attribute. Paste the copied URL inside of the source attribute and then close the opening tag and also type a closing script tag. Save the page. Next, visit the Jquery validation plugin page found at http://jqueryvalidation.org. Here you can access documentation and examples of forms and how to validate them. Locate and click the download link. Download the zip file and save it to your own machine. Once the download is complete, unzip the file. Open the folder and locate the dist subfolder. Inside of the dist folder you will find several files. Highlight and copy the file jquery.validate.min.js. In your operating system, navigate to the folder containing your website. If you do not already have a folder for storing JavaScript files, create one. Then paste the jquery.validate.min.js file into the folder. Return to NetBeans or your editor and to the web page with the form. Move to the bottom of the page and after the previous script element, create a second one. The source attribute for this script should point to the jquery.validate.min.js file that you pasted into your site. Make sure the path to the file is correct and close the opening script tag and provide a closing script tag as well. Return again to the unzipped folder that you downloaded from jqueryvalidation.org. This time, locate the demo folder and open the index.html file into NetBeans or another editor, not into a browser. Once the index.html file is open, search for line 17 or the line that begins with $, left and right parentheses, dot ready, left parenthesis, function, left and right parenthesis, left curly brace. This function starts on line 17 and continues to line 90. Select all of those lines and copy them. In NetBeans, right-click on the JavaScript folder where you pasted the jquery.validate.min.js file and create a new JavaScript file. Name it registrationrules.js or another name that describes the form you will be validating. When the new file opens, paste the copied code into the file. Save. We will now edit this new file to make it work with the form. The first two lines, beginning with the comment, "Validate the comment form," can be deleted. Scroll down until you find another comment beginning with "Propose username." Delete that comment and the next 20 lines. Leave only the very last line that should contain a right curly brace, a right parenthesis, semicolon. What is left is the function that will be used to validate the form. You will note that the comment says "Validate signup form." Alter the comment to reflect the form you will be validating. In the next line is a pound signup form. This is an ID value. It will need to be changed to match the ID of your own form. Locate the form to be validated and make sure that it has an ID attribute and value in the opening form tag. The two ID values must match, both in the web form and in this rules page. Next, we will make sure that the rule for each of the required fields in the form. In the JavaScript rules page, the green name should match the name values in the web form. In my example, the form has 4 required fields: first name, last name, email, and password. I will edit the rules page to match. In the rules page, the first name and last name fields match the name attributes for the first 2 inputs in my form. Next, I have an email field followed by a password field. My rules page should match all 4 inputs in the web form. In the rules page, the min length for the password is not necessary, but if you want your users to make sure their passwords are of a minimum length, you can specify that here. Be sure to tell the users of the requirement in the web form. Following the rules section is the message section. Here you provide the messages that will be displayed if errors are found. Edit the messages to match the rules. When you are done, make sure the JavaScript rules page is valid and that you have not left an extra comma or curly brace. If you are using NetBeans, if things are valid, the block icon on the far right of the editing window should be green. When done, save the file and upload both files in the JavaScript folder to your server. Return to the web page. Once again, at the bottom of the page, create a third script element, this one pointing to the rules file that you created and then edited. When done, save and upload the file. In a browser window, bring up the web page and attempt to submit the form without filling out the fields. If the JavaScript is working, the form should not submit, and instead you should be shown the error messages from the rules file. If you see the messages, you can right-click on one of the error messages and inspect the element. You will find that it is a label element. That may not be the most desirable. If you want to edit this, return to NetBeans and open the jQuery.validate.min.js file. It will be very confusing because it has been minified. So, use the Find tool and search for error. You will jump to a section where errors are highlighted. Find the one labeled Error Element. Change Label to Span. Save and close. Upload the file and refresh the web page. Now try submitting the form again. Troubleshooting. If things don't work, start by right-clicking on the web page and choose View Page Source. Scroll to the bottom and click the links leading to the JavaScript files. If the links work, you should see JavaScript code. If not, you should see a File Not Found error. Fix the path or file name and make sure the file is uploaded. Continue to test individual items until things are working. The benefit to client-side form validation is that errors are caught prior to data being sent to the server. However, remember that JavaScript can be turned off in the browser, so you must always provide server-side validation as well. Remember, never trust the client and always have two lines of defense.